Well, hey there. It's been a while, I guess, but I was going to do a video on fall spray and what to look for and why you need to wait until about now to get going on this stuff. And the big thing is the winter annuals like the cheatgrass and the foxtail oftentimes aren't started until the ground cools off a little bit. And if we look down here below this stuff, you're going to see all these little green plants that are starting down in here. Those are cheatgrass. You can tell them they're different than volunteer wheat or barley because they've got a really fine leaf on it, right? And if you would have sprayed even a week ago, I've been out kind of checking to see when this stuff's going to start, you would have missed most of this because it's been too warm out. We got all that rain, but the ground needs to cool off for that stuff to germ. So we've got cheatgrass started here in this same spot in this wonderful field. We actually have on this field edge some Canadian thistle too, and you can see the Canadian thistle still nice and green. Right now it's getting ready for winter, and so it's putting all the sugars and stuff in the plant back down into the roots to get it ready for winter. And if we spray this, I really like Milestone on field edges, and I've always had the best luck with 2 quarts of Roundup out in the field basically for controlling this stuff. But if we spray this now, it's going to usher that down, right, with those sugars down into the roots, and we can wipe that stuff out pretty consistently. If you try and spray either one of these things in the spring, especially Canadian thistle, that Canadian thistle's taking all the energy out of its roots and putting it back into the biomass up top, so it's not going to usher that chemical down into the roots, and that's why you can't usually kill Canadian thistle in the springtime. So we've hit kind of the sweet spot right now where we can spray that stuff. We've got the cheatgrass and the Canadian thistle that's in the right stage. We've got a fair amount of volunteer barley in this field that it's at the stage right now where it's not taking a lot of moisture, but if it was to get much past this, it would pull a fair amount of moisture. So it'd be a good time to try and put a stop on that. And then these little kochia plants are still green enough that, at least in my experience, if we spray this about now, we can screw up a lot of the seed set on this. And we oftentimes don't fall spray if it's dry in the fall or we have clean fields, but a field like this that's dirty, this stuff is invaluable. You're better off doing it now than in the spring, actually, if you're going to choose one or the other, I think. So I just thought I'd share that. I know I got that question a lot when I was doing agronomy work, and we got enough rain this fall. The temperatures have been perfect. We haven't had a real hard freeze that if you're going to clean some fields up, now's the time.